Welcome to Freestyle Fridays. I'm your host, Chris Welton, and like a little oatmeal there. As most of you know, you've been here before, but if this is your first time to Freestyle Fridays, this is uncut, unscripted, unedited. Just me speaking from the heart to you on the other side of the camera, or if you're listening on one of the other apps, you get to hear my voice. So thanks for joining me this morning. And I'm recording this on April 6th, 9:11 a.m. from my home office. And this will be released this Friday. So we celebrated Easter weekend over this weekend. And on Sunday, we had one of the coolest Easter events I've ever been to at my brother-in-law's house. We have all these little kids, right? So we have my son, Leo, and then he has cousins that range in age from, he's 2, ones that just turned 2, a couple months younger than him. There's two girls there. There's another little girl that's 3, right? Another little boy that has the same birthday as him that was just born last year. Then we have another niece who is 8 years old. So lots of kids running around. There was other kids there as well. But my brother-in-law and his wife made 500 Easter eggs, plastic eggs with money in them. And we hid them for the little kids to run, like to take off and go and do, just hunt eggs. And we had a great time. I mean, it was so much fun. It's so fun watching little kids run and do those things for the first time. And then also it's interesting to watch how they deal with their emotions as they get these sugar highs from all the candy. It's tough as a 2-year-old to deal with your emotions anyways, but let's throw some sugar in there. It gets worse. So it was just an amazing day, tons of fun. That's one of the reasons why we moved back to Indiana, so we could all be around everybody as these kids are young and grow up together and become lifelong friends, not just cousins. So we accomplished that on Sunday. It was a massive, massive win for us. And as I was sitting here this morning, I was thinking about, as my life continues to progress, and I'm 53 years old, it's almost as if I'm watching a movie. I'm watching a movie unfold. Things are happening that I've been working on for years behind the scenes, or having different outcomes now than we thought we'd have in certain areas. And it's literally like watching this movie in first person. And I believe a lot of that has to do with the fact I've slowed down a lot. I used to be in such a rush to get through the day, get to the next thing, do what I wanted to do, and find that next big thing. So for me, slowing down and pulling back and enjoying every moment is a challenge, first of all, because I'm a super high A, intense person who wants to go, go, go. But it's so rewarding and fulfilling to see that, right? To see all these things happen, to see my little guy every morning, right? I built this life by design where I work from home most of the time. When I'm not traveling, I'm here. And watching him and seeing him grow and seeing my nieces and nephews and being around everybody and just understanding that things are all happening for us and not to us. What a fulfilling and amazing time to be alive, right? And to be able to see things pay off from years and years and years of work, to be able to enjoy where we are now. And if you're not doing that, I would challenge you to slow down, take a beat, pause for a little bit, let life catch up with you, okay? And enjoy the moments, the good and the bad, right? We have some challenging stuff we go through, but enjoy both sets of those. And you really, at least from my point of view and what I'm seeing today in the world, in my life, when I control I'm involved in the environment around me, it becomes a lot more bearable to deal with the things that are outside my environment. And the last thing I want to talk about today is something personal. I was sitting here this morning just going through some notes and journaling like I do in the morning. And Mondays, I work on my business. I do very little client interaction on Mondays. I focus on getting better and become the best performance coach and speaker I can, and really dialing that in. But as I was working on myself this morning, I started thinking about what a wonderful relationship my wife has with my daughters, her step kids, and also with my son. And then I start wishing that my relationship with my mom had been different, right? Like what would be, how would that have been? Like if I would have seen things differently. And then I started getting angry at my mom, like for no reason, like just because of all the things we went through. But, and then something spoke to me and said, Chris, your mom probably did the best she could. She probably did the best she could. And the things that happened, most of them, I believe, were not intentional. That she suffered from mental illness and she suffered from drug addiction. So a lot of the bad things that transpired happened when she was in a bad, dark space. And it made me feel a little bit more at peace with that. And I know I'm 53 and I should probably have felt at peace with this years ago, but this morning just happened to be the time where I was really thinking about it and made me realize that she probably did the best she could with the tools that she was given and the things that she saw as a kid transferred over to something else. Now, if she hadn't been the way she was to me, I may have not been the father I am today. I may not be the person I am today, right? Going through those things may have been a requirement to build the person who I am today to be where I'm at in life. So I forgive you, Mom. I don't know if I ever said that. I forgive you for the things we went through. And I believe wholeheartedly that you did the best you could with what you had. And I'm grateful that I am where I am today in life and that I'm finally at peace and have an understanding with that. So maybe somebody's listening to this today has gone through similar stuff and they can take something from that and put that forgiveness out in the world today. I feel in a spot and as I embark on new missions and new things we're working on and trying to be more present with my family and just more present in the world, that one of the things that's been holding me back for years is the lack of forgiving my mom through the things we went through. So I forgive you, Bobby Jean, and I love you. And I know that deep down inside, you did the best you possibly could. So thanks for joining me on Freestyle Fridays today. I hope you got something. Share it, like it, comment below, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks. Take care.